Have you ever tried making wine out of raisins? We can walk, run, row, or fly, but never lose sight of the reason for the journey, or miss the chance to see a rainbow on the way. Just a gnome child, just like all the others.
The game.
There he is.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go. He's
going.
using that pickaxe and he's charging forwards. Ooh, is that what does he have on his back right here?
I don't know. It doesn't look like the blue
Ooh.
cape he was wearing
Does that look
before.
like maybe a fire king?
It might.
and he gets big with him,
Gets
too.
big and he's stomping away there.
Look at him. The effects are so great. He's mining Odin's. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. What an incredible skin. And now, oh, there it is.
There, so we got the VGS. So yeah, he's going to go there. He's using that pickaxe to mine away.
Yeah. So, if you're having a slow lane, get your farm, go back under tower, and, you can
Right up
idle.
next to the wall. What is he getting over there?
You
That's
rock.
awesome. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
You can see the wavy text. That happens with the VGS. It's also there for you as the text commands.
Yeah, so
but look at that go.
you can type it and just general chat. You can also use the VGS like
Oh,
you just
look at that
said, so.
scrolling. So the VGS, I believe, it will randomize between the different effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see there. And I think if you use his 3, yeah, so that one is actually he's flinging out a hatchet. He's kind
Yeah.
of chopping away at his enemies.
So you you can really get your skilling in on this one.
Some water going on, a little bit of fishing reminiscence.
It's so good.
He's big.
Oh my gosh.
True.
that's
All right,
amazing.
now do the backing animation while he's small. Let's see that. I think if I. Oh!
Oh, we're doing it. There you go. So you've seen that, in the trailer a little bit. For RuneScape fans, you know exactly where he's going. He's home teleporting away.
Yeah, and that backing animation is true through all the skins. So
Yeah.
we thought that was the most fitting, and we thought it would be in line with kind of the humorous aspect of this to make sure that even characters like King Black Dragon have that same backing
yeah, exactly.
animation.
We talked about this. Like, if we're doing this for all characters, should the KVD also do it? It's like, hell yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, why would he not? It's incredible. So super cool skin. I love it, dude. Like I said, you're literally gonna see me. Like if I'm getting pressured in lane, I'm gonna get my farm. I'm gonna sit under tower, and I'm gonna level mining. Cause why not? So great way to do it.
If I were to perish, do build me a proper mahogany coffin. I wouldn't be seen dead in a cheap oak or teak one. Ugh. This is a dangerous place. Just as the wilderness was tainted by Zamorak, the presence of the gods have corrupted this land. Dionysus is the name. What? No, not the god of wine.
Yes.
Yeah, as you know, Merlin in Smite, he's kind of the master of 3 different schools of magic. So we kind of gave that, aspect to Wise Old Man Merlin. It made complete sense.
The fire looks so good.
See, I love just watching all the different aesthetics. Like, we took a lot of references from RuneScape. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of similar things. Even like the symbol above his head when he teleports. He's the master of all of it.
Yeah, it's so good too. Plus, I mean, y'all heard some of the voice lines. I was able to get in and hear some of the voice lines of this one just while casting abilities. And I mean, this stands true for all of the skins, but I'm gonna say it anyway. They're all incredible. So.
There you go. You can see him. We're just like, what's he going to do for his VGS? He's going to just use different types of magic. So he might be high alching. He might be doing something else here and there.
So love the high alching. It's so good.
And what's that cape on his back as well? I mean, that's different from the one that we saw before, right?
That does. Weird. I guess they just have different capes maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I love it. All of the effects are cool. I think one of my favorite with this, it's either the twin dragon flame, because just looks, the fire effect looks so good, and it's just so much of what I remember. But if I had to choose another one, I think it's the air bolt. Oh, the fire beam looks so good too. But the air bolt, because the projectile just looks so true to the projectiles that I think of when I think of RuneScape, especially old school. When you're standing there firing.
There he is backing. Look at that.
So good. Oh my gosh! So just another grand slam with all of the effects, and again, they went out of their way with all of these to really make sure that their arcane sounds and for Merlin specifically, the arcane sounds really came through well without sounding too dark or horrifying or anything. Because you know, Merlin's not a horror guy, but, you know, when it comes to using arc or like void stuff or that dark stuff, our audio team just reached out to me and wanted to, they're like, hey man, I just want you to know, we put in so much work to make sure those sound effects came across the way they needed to. And they use dark analog synth sounds and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
and one more note while we're here, which is a little bit on a tangent, but I know there's a lot of people, you know, from the RuneScape forums or from Smite also asking like, hey, you know, Merlin's there, but there's even a Merlin in RuneScape itself.
That's
like, why
true.
did we choose Wise Old Man? And one of the reasons is just like, while there are named characters in RuneScape that might even be using the same names as we have in Smite, it made a lot more sense for us to kind of choose characters that are a lot more iconic, right?
yeah, experiences that whether you know, put 4,000 hours into RuneScape or whether you played it for a week or so, just characters that you ran into and were a part of your experience regardless of where you're from. And of course, we tried to include things that were a little more nuanced, a little more late game, but we wanted to make sure that fans of all durations, I guess, could look at this and just fall in love with it. So I agree that I think we made the right choices on those.
What's the plan for today? A little fishing, maybe some smithing, or how about we hunt down some gods? Time to log into my favorite game. Wait, is this RS4? The adventure never ends.
All the weapons, she's also, we're gonna see some more.
Is that
She's got her rune kite shield.
the trimmed rune kite shield?
She's got the granite maul. Of course, she's gonna. You can't take Bellona and not have the Abbey whip.
Oh yeah, Abbey Whip was a guarantee. And then we got the RS banner. It's so good. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. How are you not gonna have an in-game RuneScape dance, right? Like, there was a talk about like we just do this for all of them. We wanted to play things up a little bit. Oh my gosh, just seeing this in game is
that was some of the
hilarious.
harsher discussion that we had. I say harsh, right? Like some of the most critical was with so many skilling animations, with so many different like emotes or in those animations, it was so hard to narrow down the ones that we wanted to use for each character because there were such a vast amount of things that we could have. We were like, oh, we should do fishing, we should do mining, we should do smithing. It was just. It felt like we had an endless list, and whittling it down to 5 was definitely a task.
Even for like the cosmetics, like you might see a couple things there that you're happy with. In fact, hopefully all of them. But there's a lot more that we wanted to do, and who knows, right?
Yeah, at literally every discussion, there was so much passion brought in about like we want to do this, we want to do that, and we couldn't do them all right away. That's just not how it works. None of us have the free time to do every single thing we want. So we really whittled it down to what we thought would be the best first running. But hey, again, it's up to y'all how much you like this. And if you like it a lot, we're going to keep going with it. So that's the hope anyway. So super excited about this one.
Must we continue this mindless and endless squabbling? Run along now, Bob. It seems there is to be another battle. We are the King of Dragons.
I've taken down gods before. I expect a ton of great loot. If this doesn't work out, it might be time to farm that dark bow. A new PvP arena. Nice.
And you can only wear one at a time. So I just wanted to preempt and let you guys know that we understand that there is a lot of grinding involved for a lot of these capes. We're not expecting you to get all of these unless you are, you really want to, and that's fine. That's badass. In fact, we might be encouraging it we'll see what we can do out there.
A little bit of content.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of content, a little bit of content. So you can see Fire Cape is kind of another one-off one for